So continuing on our sensitive periods, the topic of sensitive periods in children that we'll be talking about. The first was order, and the second is refinement of senses. Now, refinement of senses, we have the five sense organs: the taste, the sight, the feeling, which is touch, smell, and sense of hearing. And children generally want to refine their senses, and it is at the peak at certain age. Now that is between the age of 0, because I would have said 3 months, but even before then these days, so from 0 up until 8 years. Now, have you noticed your child putting things in the mouth? I think it is a popular thing. Every child does that. They put things in their mouth up until they are like 1.5, 2, before that reduces. Now, that is one obvious evidence that that child is at the peak of refining his or her senses through taste. And majorly between that 0 to 1.5, their major one is taste. So when they see something, remember sight, they want to put it in their mouth, taste. When they smell something from their nose, it wants to enter their mouth. In fact, even newborns, when they smell their mother's milk, do you even know that when you want to breastfeed a newborn baby, especially between 0 to 3 months, and that child is not opening the mouth, once you first of all, in fact, it is advised that you first put the nipples first close to the nose, and then before you know it, there will be a reflex action for the child to open the mouth. So you see that the major thing that is going on in the mind of the child is, or in the developmental phase of, in the mind of the child generally, is that child is connecting his or her senses to each other. Like there's just a way each sense is being connected to the other sense, right? So if the child hears a sound, what does the child do? It turns to see what is making that sound. If he smells something, he wants to put it in his mouth. He sees something that is really catchy, they take it. Remember, touch, they want to touch everything, and then next they put it in their mouth. And even when they leave or grow out of that putting things in their mouth stage, they want to touch everything. They see something, they want to touch it. That's why sometimes you feel like children are really restless and they want to touch. All they are doing is that they are using their senses to connect to their environment, which is why the environment of a child is very crucial and very important, right? So how do you support a child that is in this age bracket, or at this peak? How do you support that child at home? One major thing is safety. Please pack up, clear out, remove or cover anything that is dangerous to a child. Anything and everything. Sharp edges, sockets. You cannot remove sockets or pack them up. At least find a protector for it, right? If like in our house now, we have this inverter, what do we call this, plug that delays when light comes in, it delays first before allowing light to pass through it. Adapter, and it has a shining light. When my daughter was younger, that thing was always calling at me, like attracting her. So if you have things like that, find a way around it, block it. We used something. What did we use to block that light so that it will not be, shining? That is attracting them. So pack up everything and anything that is dangerous. Cover up anything. Change the position of things. You have little children, so there's no way to affect our lives until they are teenagers, and then we can now maybe be normal again. I was just joking, anyways. Now, this second point is so important, and I'll be breaking it down into the 5 different senses and how we can do it. Provide or create a simple yet stimulating environment for the child. Now, when I mean stimulating, I am very careful to use that word, because we believe that everything about children has to be color. It has to be red, blue, yellow, green. Personally, I believe that children are also people with order. They do not like chaos, and when colors are fighting each other in an environment, I don't think it even gives them that calm that you want them to have. They could even be hyperactive, just like children who have special needs. So keep it simple, Your sitting room now, one major thing I always advocate for is that you try to make sure there are child size utensils, materials in every part of your house or your space. So your sitting room, there should be child size chair. I always want to advocate for a space where they can call their play space, even if it's just one corner under the table, one place, just somewhere that will give them this calm, that this is where I can always go play, scatter my toys, and to be arranged back in a place. So creating a very simple environment will go a long way in helping calm the inner peace of the child, at the same time stimulating his or her five senses. Now, for the sense of sight, what I did was to cut out, being a Montessori trained teacher, I cut out some foam papers. At least this cannot tear like cardboard, so foam papers in different colors, and I cut them out in doubles. So two red, two purple, two blue, two green, in all the basic colors that we have, brown, orange, yellow, like that, and put it in a container, a basket, and let it have a space on your shelf or in a corner. So this helps your child to order colors. So one major thing I advocate is being deliberate about learning, about your child's learning, about teaching your child. So having something like this and deliberately inviting your child to pair it. So this is red, can you find me another red? Place it together. This is blue, find me another blue, and the child just learns to work with distinguishing colors. So the child's play is now purposeful. If you cannot do this, you have maybe Legos that have different colors. You can use that to do your color differentiation. And then one very important thing that you will find in the Montessori classroom that you can also replicate at home is teaching your child different shades of color. So for instance, we have blue, but not all blue are blue. We have the light blue, we have the dark blue. So I think my first daughter, who is 3 years plus, I believe she has gotten to that phase. And now that I'm even recording this video, I would start being very conscious of teaching her that there are different shades of a certain color. So if we are deliberate about teaching these children these things, they would that will help them develop their sense of sight. And who knows, in the future all of these things might be what would base their career, or who knows. So the second one is the sense of touch. From a child as little as baby, the refinement of senses, in fact, from between 0 to 2.5, all the materials that your child needs is anything that will refine their senses. They're not doing mathematics yet, although these things also form a basis for maths, English, language, and all of that, but majorly it's refining their senses. So for me, what I did was to cut out some fabrics that are of different texture, and there's one more here. Something like this is just an example. I happen to have these tailoring materials around me, so it seemed to rhyme in color. And just make it available for your child to explore. Okay, this is rough, this is smooth. And you don't have to cut out material specially. Anything you have in your house, you can, the child is touching something. Come and feel this thing. It's smooth, right? How about this one? Which one is rough? Which one is smooth? Which one is all of that. Just engage the child to feel more materials, and before you know it, that child will be pointing it out to you. So we also have the sense of smell and taste. This can happen in your kitchen because I'm trying to bring it home. You're not in a Montessori classroom, and so you're cooking. Invite the child to differentiate the smell between this and this. This one smells, or taste lime and whatever. Be creative, but the point is be very intentional about helping your child refine his or her senses, because that will form in fact, my explanation in this video, I feel it is underemphasized, because this is a very, very serious phase in a child's learning curve and development stage, that a lot of other things will be built on. Let me tell you, some of the best chefs who cooks without tasting they have a very strong sense of smell. Who knows, it started from there. Musicians, and that leads me to the sense of hearing. That's the last one. I would advise that we have this mini xylophone that has the re mi fa sol la ti do. Your child gradually learns to distinguish each sound. It's not just bang 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 bang, da 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 da. Just as simple as possible. If you have access to a mini keyboard or you have a keyboard, introduce your child to those sounds, and it would help the child. So musical instrument is one big way to go in helping develop the hearing of your child. So to round up this video, please ensure that you keep your environment safe and clean for your child, because they will definitely keep putting things in their mouths. What do you do about those children? Nothing. Provided that thing is safe, please just make sure the place is clean and safe. Secondly, help the child understand the function of each thing, because I cannot say because that the table is clean, the child should put that table in the mouth, or a book is clean, the child should chew on my book. No. Every material, every thing in the house have its function, and it's important to consistently explain to the child, show the children what the function of each material or each resource or each whatever in the house is, so that with time the child knows, okay, this one doesn't go into the mouth. Gently taking it away from that child, this is not for mouth, and then you replace. Please don't forget to replace it in that child's hand, the thing that they can put in the mouth. So if for instance the child is biting your skin, because biting our skin is one of the best things the children like to put in their mouth. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's soft. Please, let's just endeavor to explain. You don't bite mommy, you don't bite somebody, you bite on your tita and you give the child tomorrow might want to bite again, you bite on your tita. So when you're taking something away from a child, endeavor to replace it with what is appropriate for that child to use. You can't jump here, you can jump there. I hope this video helps someone. Thank you so much for staying to the end of this video. If you have any questions or contributions to this particular aspect of sensitive periods, please do well to drop it in the comment section below. And until next time, see you in my next video. Bye.